we get a lot of really creative ideas for dates.
Yeah.
When we do these second dates. And today we have another creative idea. It's from a dude named Spencer. He emailed the show for a second date today, and I read his email, and his date was creative. He planned to bore his date to death.
What?
At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, okay.
Boredom, a boredom date. Well, who knows, People get bored enough, they might hook up with you just to do something.
Okay.
Just out
Last
of sheer
resort.
boredom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, Spencer, how are you?
I'm doing good, but I don't know if that's a fair assessment of the date.
Well, it never
Well,
is when
yeah.
it comes from Jubal, just so you know.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, we'll get another assessment from everybody else in a second. But first of all, what's the girl's name that you want to call today?
Her name's Mary.
Mary, okay. And why don't you tell everybody about your very boring date with Mary?
Well, my creative date with Mary
There you go, Spencer.
was, thank you. Yeah, it was something I thought it'd be different. I decided we'd go to a used bookstore, kind of pick out books for one another based on.
Oh my gosh, Jubal.
Sorry, Spencer.
People, I know it's hard for
Me
you to
interrupt
believe, but some people actually like reading.
You should try it. You should try it.
I should try it, but I can't because I don't know how. Thanks for throwing that in my face,
Yeah.
Spencer. Okay, so you went to a used bookstore.
Yeah, I feel like you can tell a lot about a person based on the kind of books they read. So I figured we could, pick out a book for one another.
No, but that can be a lot of pressure on a first date because you want to come off smart, right? So you don't want to go and pick out what you've actually been reading.
I mean, I just wanted it to be kind of something fun. I didn't necessarily think it had to be pick a book that's going to change my life or
Okay.
anything like that,
Okay. You took the pressure off. It was lighthearted.
Yeah.
And the idea was to pick out books for each other. So you gave her Getting Naked for Dummies, and she gave you what?
She actually gave me the Kama Sutra.
What? For real? That's the book she gave you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not the real one.
I was gonna say, that's awesome.
What'd you end up picking out?
I ended up picking out the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
It's all really about mindset, how you carry yourself and how your mindset can actually lead to success.
All right.
Okay, so a motivational book. That's cool.
Or a self-help book,
Yeah.
however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
But still,
I mean, it's cool, or it could have been offensive, like, oh, do I look like I need help?
yeah.
She didn't act that way. I mean, when she gave it, she's like, oh, cool, this is cool.
Yeah, and what'd she pick out for you?
She chose the first Twilight book in the series. Yeah, she said it was kind of like, for her, it was kind of a good escape book. She loved the fantasy and everything that was involved with it. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've read it, and I agree with her. It's just fun.
Yeah, and I was like, it's kind of a counterbalance to my choice. So I thought we'd be a really good match in that way,
So did you guys just sit there and read your books and then hug and go home? Like, was that...
No, there was a kiss, and then we left. No, I'm just kidding. We actually, I'm just kidding. We actually went, afterwards, we took our books, we went to a little, cafe, had some food. We kind of talked about our books and got to know each other a little bit more.
So it's like an impromptu book club with Spencer and Mary.
It was good conversation, I'll tell you that.
Well, and it's a pretty smart first date because it's an easy follow-up for a second date. Like, you have a reason to contact her other than just asking her out.
Well, that was the plan until what happened at the end of the date.
Uh-oh.
And what happened?
Well, everything was going great. Things were kind of winding down. Mary said she had to go. She said she had a great time. She gave me a hug and said, look forward to getting together again soon. And then she left, and then I kind of looked over where she was sitting. I realized she had left her book there. I was like, oh crap.
No.
Oh.
That kind of defeats the whole follow-up thing. So I just grabbed her book, and I tried to run outside to see if I could catch her before, she had gone. But
Was it raining? Was it raining when that happened?
It wasn't raining at the time, no.
Wait, is that your...
Okay. Yeah, in my mind, I pictured you running out in the rain after her with her book and then standing there as the
Just
rain.
screaming her name.
Yeah.
It's very romantic, both of you.
Wow, Jubal.
No, that's not what happened. She was gone. It was like the waiter thought I was trying to leave without paying the bill. So,
Oh, no.
they started getting all weird on me at the restaurant. I mean, I went back in and paid it, but it just like a big scene had been created at that point.
Yeah.
So it just got a little weird at the end of the date. And then, I tried to reach out to her via text, and I haven't heard anything back.
And have you texted her like, hey, I got your book?
Yeah. I was like, hey, I got your book. Love to come bring it to you. nothing.
So, Spencer, why do you think she's not calling you back?
Honestly, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, maybe the date was too creative and she just, like, maybe fell for me real quick and just, she doesn't know how to handle it.
Really? That's
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah,
She could have
just-
fallen in love and just been, like, not comfortable with it.
God, between you and Spencer, you guys really have this romance novel thing handled. I mean, with these two storylines.
There's a lot of optimism.
Yeah, I'm an optimistic person, and that's just why, kind of why I contacted you guys. I feel like, we get her on the phone, and I feel like the truth will really come out in that moment,
Okay.
that we can have another date.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then get chapter 2 of your second date.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Hang on. It was a dark and stormy night.
Ooh.
And it was a dark and stormy night
Okay.
All right.
when it was a dark and I'm never going to make it in this business.
Sound it
You're not
out,
going to
buddy.
make it
I'm
past
sorry,
a couple of
I-
words.
I'm having intro block. I can't think of how to intro this segment correctly. It's kind of like writer's block, and since we're talking about books, I guess it makes sense, Spencer. You've gotten in my head.
Well, it wasn't actually dark or stormy, but
Well, okay, so now even the beginning of my intro is screwed up. The few words that I had right before I got intro block, Spencer.
sorry about that.
Hey, Spencer's
right.
got date block. That's much worse than intro block.
Yeah.
There's another term for that.
No, okay.
If you're just tuning in, Spencer is on the phone for a second date. He actually took a girl named Mary out, and they went to a bookstore, and they both got books and recommended them to each other. Then they went to a cafe to eat and talk about those books. But at the end of the date, she took off from the restaurant and left her book behind, and Spencer hasn't heard a word from her. We're about to get her on the phone and find out what happened. Anything else you want to say before we do that, Spencer?
I mean, it's just, we had a really great time. Like, she's awesome. I don't know what happened. Like, we really kicked it off, and I really kind of want to find out what the deal is, why she hasn't responded.
And I feel like if she thinks that date that you took her on was boring, then good riddance. Because that's an awesome date, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, for like a 90-year-old. They would love it.
No!
So-
All right.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mary?
Speaking. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, you may. Thank you for asking, Mary. My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Are you guys doing like a fundraising thing or something?
Well, I do have
be
a
awesome.
GoFundMe that I'm going to ask you to donate to later, but it's some personal stuff. No, the reason I'm calling you is because we do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date.
What does that entail exactly?
Well, that's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then you end up not calling them back after, they email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So we got an email the other day from a dude named Spencer.
Yeah, I remember Spencer. He contacted you guys?
Yeah, and he told us all about your date, how he took you to a used bookstore and you guys bought books for each other and then went to eat and talk about the books, and then you left and ran out of his life for good.
Okay. Seems a little dramatic the way you put it, but
Well,
yeah.
you know, when someone realizes that the love of their life has
Oh
walked
my
out the door
gosh,
and never to come
Jubal.
back, it could be a little dramatic, Mary.
That is not what he said, Mary, just for the record. That is Jubal's words, not Spencer's.
Okay, thank goodness. That's a little extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He's just
He
said
didn't
he
say
had
that.
a nice time.
Yeah, he told us about your date, said he enjoyed it, is wondering why you're not calling him back.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I don't really know what to say.
Okay, was it about the book, maybe? He said that he picked out a book for you called Think and Grow Rich.
No, I love the fact that he gave me that book. I mean, that's not the kind of thing I really read, like self-improvement kind of stuff.
Okay. He also
but-
said that you gave him the book Twilight. Did he make fun of it or something?
What, are you saying he was making fun of it? Like, did he?
No,
No.
I'm asking because I'm asking if maybe he made fun of the book that you chose.
Well,
He
not
chose
in front of
Twilight.
me, but if he said something to you, I mean,
No, he didn't say anything. He said it was a fun escapism book.
okay. Okay.
But so wait, if you liked the book thing, then why did you leave your book behind?
I mean, I forgot it. I didn't mean to leave it behind. I just forgot.
Okay, so that wasn't on purpose, because
No, not at all. I mean, I'd actually be interested in picking it up again because it looks kind of interesting to me.
Oh.
well, I know where you can get it. I think he still has it.
Well, it wasn't about the books.
Well, can you tell us what it is then? Because he's really curious.
Well, we're talking at the cafe, and it was great. I felt like we really got along, and
Uh-huh.
we were just like really similar across the board, just like the same person in a lot of ways. And I was thinking that, and then the waitress came over and she took our IDs for our drinks, and we have the exact same birthday.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Well, no, it's not. It's not awesome.
What?
It actually, like, that was it for me, and because that's not okay.
Why is that not okay?
What?
Well, lots of reasons. I mean, the main one is, like, it's not fair to either of us to have to share our birthdays. Like, can you imagine being in a couple with somebody who has the exact same birthday as you, and you never get to fully actually celebrate your birthday?
Okay.
Wait, what?
I think it would be great because it means I wouldn't have to remember when their birthday was, but that's just me being lazy.
So
So
wait,
you don't want to share your birthday so much so that you don't want to date him again?
I don't want to share my birthday. I don't want him to have to share his birthday. I mean, think about it. Like, we'd have to, like, which family are we spending this with? Like, it's one of the best days of our year, and it gets watered down. I mean, no.
Okay.
but it sounds like you
Okay.
guys connected on so many levels, and it seems really silly to like drop all of that just because of a birthday.
No, we connected on too many levels. I mean, think about it. We're the exact same astrological sign, too. Like, that's going to clash at some point. There's going to be no variety in the relationship. It's too much.
It is crazy that you guys have so many similarities, like same birthday, same kind of likes and dislikes. You're both on the phone right now. That's another weird one.
What?
Oh, yeah, Spencer's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Do not tell me that right now.
Yes, he is, so I have to tell you that right now. Spencer?
Hey guys, how you doing, Mary?
I can't believe this. Hi, I guess.
Like, are you being serious about all this?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm serious. It's just how I feel about it. I mean, think about it. It's one of the best days of your year, and if you can't really celebrate it, what does that mean about your life?
Oh my God, Mary, wow.
It's just so weird to me that, like, this birthday thing is such a big hang-up. I mean, has this happened to you, like, other people you went on dates with or something?
No, I mean, not with someone I was dating, but, like, back in middle school, I had the same birthday as another girl in my class, and they sang happy birthday to both of us, and it was horrible.
Oh my God. There's some like deep-seated issues, Mary.
Scarred.
It's very special to me. I don't care if you're making fun of it. It's an important thing in my life.
I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, like, our date was amazing. Like, we were laughing and, like, chatting the whole time. It was, like, no silence.
Yeah, I mean, don't take it personally. It's not your fault that you were born on my birthday.
Oh my God.
Spencer, this is a tough one because there's really not much you can do. You were born on the day you were born on, and it sounds like it's a deal breaker.
You know what? My birthday isn't as big of a deal as sounds like it is to you, Mary. What if I, like, change my birth date? I mean, I know I can't do it legally, but, like, what if I, like, I don't know, change it on Facebook and just start telling people it's a different day and, like, celebrate it, I don't know, like a couple months later or something.
Whoa.
Hey, I don't want you to change your birthday for me. I want you to be who you are and get to celebrate on your day. And, I get that was a really nice thing for you to say, Spencer, but I don't feel comfortable with that.
Regardless of whether or not I celebrate my birthday on my actual birthday or any other day, I'm still going to be the same guy. I'm completely okay just celebrating you.
Aww.
Mary, that's it.
sweet.
I mean, that's a huge thing, I feel like, because
Yeah.
most people would judge, your whole birthday hang up as a little crazy. And he's like open to it, man.
I don't know if it's a little crazy. I think there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't want to share their birthday.
Okay, selfish, whatever you want to call it. That's fine too, Mary.
I don't think it's selfish. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
But I do appreciate Spencer's reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, would you want to go out with him on a second date? We will pay for it.
Spencer, are you serious? Are you really going to change this for me and change your birthday?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not a problem for me. I'm totally down.
Wow. Oh, really?
You don't see this as a red flag at all, Spencer?
You know, you go on a number of dates, and finally you meet someone that you like connect with on pretty much every level except for the birthday thing. Like, it's fine. It's really fine.
Okay.
Wow,
Okay,
that's
so-
awesome.
Mary Spencer said he will change his birthday for you.
Oh my God.
Will you go out with him again?
Yeah, let's do it. Thank you.
Hey, awesome.
Okay. Congratulations, Spencer. You got your second date.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and now you have to figure out a date for your birthday. I have a few dates that I could suggest. You could do December 25th, January 1st,
No.
February 14th. That would be a fun one, too.
How much would you pay to go out on a date with someone?
What?
$50? $100?
Why are you paying?
What do I get out of it?
How about $200 for 2 hours with Mr. Right Here, right now?
Whoa.
That's just
That's pretty steep.
That's just like an escort service, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Obviously, I'm not interested in your services, Brooke. One of our listeners, though, Brett,
Wow, that kind of hurt.
emailed us saying he paid for his date and he was extremely satisfied with the result.
What?
He's on the phone right now. Brett, did you tip 15%, 20%? What's customary for a pay for date?
Still service, right?
I mean, Alexis, you take money for dates. What would you accept as a tip?
Don't answer that.
Really? I mean,
She's thinking.
Oh my
okay,
God.
back to the guy on the phone. Back to the guy on the phone.
Oh, okay, that's all right. We can talk to Brett. Brett, how's it going, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Wait,
Good.
Brett, it's making it sound like you hired an escort service for a date.
There's
Is that-
nothing wrong with that,
Is that
Brooke.
what is that what happened?
Well, that's illegal. We
No, it was like a website I went to, and there was ladies on it, and I picked one.
You get to pick?
can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll tell you why she's not calling you back because you didn't pay for another date.
Yeah, the transaction's
This
over.
isn't
A
she's
mystery.
not gonna fall in love with you.
Yeah, no, I think you guys are misunderstanding. It's not like that. It's like one of those dating sites where you have to pay monthly.
Oh, this is
You're
mad.
just
Oh.
you're just
Wow.
paying a subscription to a dating
Yeah,
site.
it's called a membership.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
my
Say
gosh.
that,
That is
bro.
a lot different.
Say that.
Could have led with that one.
This just got a whole lot less interesting, but I guess we'll keep going. Brett, so tell us about the girl that you met on this dating site. What's her name?
her name's Paige,
Okay.
and she was like so hot. It made me never want to go back to the free dating sites ever again.
Okay.
Dang.
So this was your first match.
Yeah, it was first match, and I talked to her online. We had a nice conversation. I asked her about like what kind of food she likes to eat, and we had the same taste in food, which is basically like Mexican
Okay.
food. So
That's good. You have food in common.
Well,
That's
I
great.
mean, you're feeling like you're getting your money's worth for this subscription if it's already matching up this quickly.
I know.
I don't know. I feel like I could walk on the street and meet someone that likes Mexican food.
Harder than you think,
But not a
Alexis.
hot person.
That's true.
You know?
All right, so you have Mexican in common. What'd you guys do for your date?
so we go to a restaurant, Mexican restaurant.
Oh,
and
right. Saw that coming.
Wow. You are smooth. What a transition.
Surprise.
it wasn't like a casual one. It was one of those fancy Mexican restaurants, you know?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been to those. Like
Where
steak.
like
that.
you're
Yeah.
paying $20 for a taco and you're like, I don't know why.
But they assemble the table side.
Yeah, they grated the cotija cheese right directly onto it. That's classy, dude.
Those are cool though.
How did that go?
Well, I guess it went kind of weird.
Weird.
So when she showed up, she was just looked so amazing. She was so beautiful. And so, I don't know, maybe I was kind of nervous talking to her.
That makes sense.
Why do you say that?
Well, so like it seemed okay when we first started talking. She seemed a little quiet.
Mhm.
But then as the night went on, her mood started changing. And it almost seemed like she got upset or something was bothering her or she just seemed like sad. I'm not exactly sure.
Was there anything specific you guys were talking about that would fall into the sad realm? Like,
Talking about all our dead relatives.
yeah, or like a
Nowhere.
childhood pet you had to put down or something. Where'd you
What kind
go?
of dates do you go on?
I'm just saying. I'm
No.
just asking.
It's a
if
good
that's-
question.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Was the conversation leading her down that sadness path?
No, we just started talking about normal stuff like travel and like animals, and then she just kept getting more and more quiet.
I mean, maybe there's something going on in her life that you don't know about, right?
Yeah, I mean, I assume. At one point, I even asked her if everything was okay, and she didn't really say anything.
Oh, that's not a good sign. That means it's not.
Yikes. Okay.
How did you wrap it up?
So I ordered dessert, and she leaves before the dessert comes, so I just sit there by myself and I eat both desserts.
Whoa. She walked out in the middle of it?
That's kind of cool, though. 2 flans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm just kidding. That sucks.
Yeah, so like she just said, I'm not into this anymore.
Wow.
And she goes to get up, and I'm like, I can't leave. I just ordered dessert, but she leaves anyway.
Whoa.
Oh
Wow.
my. Did you ask the dating website for a refund on your $20 a month?
I should.
Yeah. Well, looking back on the whole night,
crazy.
that's so weird. What do you think could have possibly gone wrong?
I don't know. I mean, I think I look like my pictures. Did my breath stink?
Yeah.
Sometimes I put my foot in my mouth, but I don't know it.
Like literally?
I just love that this is men's overanalyzing of a date.
Yeah.
Because if it was me that this happened to, I would have 86 reasons
Like
why they weren't
dissected
calling him back.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I think I tied my tie a little bit
Yeah, I
We're
do
gonna
the
put-
same.
We're going to put deodorant on my left pit.
Yeah.
Maybe that
I
was
don't
it.
know.
It's not like she was in a bad mood the whole way through, but
Yeah.
things got worse and worse as the date went on.
Yeah, that is
So-
weird.
Are you mad? Like, do you want an explanation or do you want to go out with her again?
Well, yeah, she's hot, so duh, yeah, I want to go out with her.
Yeah, Brooke.
Okay.
Stupid question.
Sorry. Forgot treating people with kindness and respect wasn't on the table. My
You
bad.
can't get both.
Yeah.
But you're hoping to figure out what it was that set her off, basically made her leave.
I don't know. I want you guys to figure it out if you can.
Oh, yeah. That's why you emailed us, huh?
Yeah.
That's why we're on the phone.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we should do our jobs.
All right.
Okay, let's do that. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Paige for you and try and get your second date.
All right, thank you.
All right, hold on. Just tuning in for the second date. One of our listeners, Brett, is on the phone. And I think we've all had at least one date like Brett went on recently, where you're sitting down at the table, you haven't done anything or said anything wrong, but for some reason, you just sense that it's going bad.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
It's
Yeah.
off.
Brett's date ended up leaving the restaurant before dessert even came.
Oh,
mean,
my goodness.
That is so rude. Like, I would only do that if someone was incredibly disrespectful or, like, I just can't imagine.
You finish the meal and then you leave immediately.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's why he wants our help. Now, Brett, we've been talking for a few minutes now, kind of like we're on a date.
No, Jeff.
How do you feel like this is going? Do you hear us getting quieter? Does Brooke, Alexis, or Jose sound sad talking
I
to
think
you?
I'm going to leave.
We just
Right
played a
now.
song or
I
two.
saw the urge in Alexis's eyes to get up and go.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how hot you guys are.
Oh, wow. Wow, Brett. So that's all that matters to you.
That's a
okay?
good point. I forgot to point out that Brett's date was extremely hot,
Yeah.
so he's desperate to find some
I'd
answers.
say 3/4 of the room is hot. You guess who the ugly one is. You do that on your own.
Oh, I was going to give it only to Alexis.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no. You guys are all sexy.
And that's only by comparison because she's young, you know?
All right, Brett. We're going to stop focusing on how hot we all are.
Oh, I
Okay.
like that part.
Although it's really fun to do.
Yeah.
Instead, let's just do your second date. I'm going to dial Paige's number right now. You ready?
Okay, if you guys can help me out here, that'd be great. Because she's very hot.
Okay, we got
All
that.
right.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Reminder.
Thank you for the
Got it, bro.
reminder. Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I'm looking for Paige.
this is she. Who's this?
Hi, Paige. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. What is this about?
This is about a second date. Have you ever heard of that?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's a segment that we do on the radio from time to time. It's where if you go out with...
Okay.
Every
What?
day, but okay.
Well,
That's time to time.
Yeah.
Over and over.
a day is a time, Brooke. Why are you trying to undermine me? Here we go.
Just trying to make sure she understands.
Okay.
This is new to us.
All right, but Paige, the reason that we're calling you is because you went out with somebody recently and they've been trying to get a hold of you, but have had a hard time getting in touch. And they're hoping to figure out why.
Okay.
You had a pretty dramatic exit on the date, so I'm guessing you're going to remember.
I don't know. According to this person, you're very hot. So I assume that you have a lot of dates.
Oh.
Can you confirm that you are hot, please?
What?
Wait, what is going on? What do I need to do?
Okay, I'm just going to tell you. We got an email about you from a guy named Brett.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that. That was actually last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so Brett told us about the date from his perspective. How do you feel like it went?
Not great.
It seems like more than not great.
Yeah.
That's what we heard.
Like, did he do something rude or did he say something to offend you?
I don't know. I was disappointed, I guess.
The reason why we ask is because Brett told us it seemed like you got quieter and quieter as the night went on, to the point where you guys were barely talking.
Oh. So he's just been talking about me?
Well, he was giving us his side of the date.
Yeah, remember,
Sure.
we're trying to figure out, like, what went wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, it's just weird that he's just, like, talking or, like, spreading whatever his perspective of me is. Like, I barely know him.
But the whole point is that he had a really nice time up to the point when you decided to leave.
That's good. I don't know. I'm just not very happy with him still, I guess.
Okay.
What did he do? I mean, the problem is if you're unhappy, he honestly has no idea what he did wrong. So he can't, like,
Oh,
correct a
interesting.
behavior or apologize for something that he doesn't know about.
I don't know. I don't really believe that he doesn't know what was wrong, at least at this point. Like,
So you feel like it was something pretty obvious.
yeah.
He's an idiot then, because he has no idea. I actually believe him on that part.
Yeah, most of us dudes are idiots, so.
And he'd really appreciate if you could tell us what the problem was so that we could pass it along to him, and that way he can be less of an idiot on future dates.
I mean, okay, well, like, honestly, I do get asked out, like, a lot. So sometimes I have to, like, weed through guys and I take a chance on someone and, like, you know, hopefully something will work out.
Yeah.
And I ended up, like, not doing plans with some friends that I had because it was my 25th birthday weekend, actually, like, that weekend. And
Oh.
I, like,
Happy birthday.
thank you. And I skipped out on some plans with my friends so I could go on a date because I thought a birthday date, hell yeah, like, that'll be great. But he didn't know it was my birthday weekend. Like, I don't understand how he didn't look at my profile and see that these are the dates. Like, he asked me out, like, he should have been aware.
Did you actually tell him that it was your birthday weekend, or it's just on the website?
No, I just assumed he would put two and two together. Like, I figured he
Okay.
wanted to ask me out this weekend so he could, like, impress me.
Wait,
All
hold
right.
on. You skipped birthday celebrations with your friends to go out with a
Well,
guy
like,
you'd
one
never
night.
met,
Yeah.
and then you were mad at him for not.
Well, because he
Picking
was
up
gonna,
the
she
slack?
thought he'd spoil her for her birthday, and then he didn't.
He took her out to a nice dinner. What did you want?
I'd be let
I mean,
down,
it's a
too.
first date.
I mean, he should have at least brought flowers or something and maybe, like, a little gift or something. Just, I don't know, like...
You're speaking my language.
Are you being serious, Alexis? Like, you honestly expect a guy you've never met to buy you things? I would be creeped
They
out.
should have looked at you on other social media. Figured out it was your birthday.
In a heartbeat.
No.
If I knew it was her birthday in a heartbeat,
Do
I'd
your
bring
research.
flowers and everything. But if you didn't
But
know,
you
didn't know.
didn't tell him. You never
Yeah.
talked to him about it.
I didn't have to. If he had a brain, he could have seen it on my profile. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
he didn't look past the pictures on the web, the dating site.
What? It could have been his
fault.
birthday. Did you know that? Did you look at his profile? Do you know where his birthday is?
Let me ask you something, Paige. How do you know that Brett wasn't waiting until after dessert to give you your birthday flowers and your 17 birthday gifts?
Oh, maybe he had a mariachi band in the wings just waiting to come out and sing.
That he was going to bring you in with a stretch limo.
what? Did he tell you he was going to do that?
He didn't tell me that, but I'm willing to ask him if he was going to do that because I need to tell you, Paige, Brett's on the other line listening and wants to wish you a very happy birthday.
Guys, this is all a surprise.
Are you there, Brett?
Happy birthday.
Oh, my God.
Surprise!
We did it, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was your birthday.
Oh, come on.
You are not even.
They were going to bring out the flan with
Flan.
candles in it, but you left before the flan could come out.
Oh.
And, you ruined it. You ruined your own birthday.
Your fault.
Do you really expect me to believe that? Seriously? Come
I
on.
do.
Like, I'm not that stupid.
I know I don't. I want to get to know you.
What?
I want to know exactly how stupid you are.
So awkward. Paige, come on. Go easy on this dude.
I mean, I thought I did go easy on him. I mean, I waited through dinner. Like, I kind of wanted to bail earlier, but I didn't.
So polite.
You're just going to have like this long history of just hard relationships because you don't tell people what your expectations are.
Yeah, and you
that's a good
assume
point.
guys just like know things. We don't know anything, Paige.
Anything.
Don't
better
expect
at it.
anything from us.
Sure.
I mean, Brett, if you would have known it was her birthday, let's replay the day. What would you have done differently?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What would I have done differently? All sorts of things, presents and gifts of all different kinds.
Money.
And,
Yeah, sure.
Maybe a clown.
Uh-huh. You want me to put you on hold so you can think about it, and then we'll bring you back?
gold.
Oh, just gold bars. She was a pirate?
Not even
What?
jewelry, just pure gold.
I smelted this for
I mean,
you.
what do you think, Paige? Has a
That's an
man
offer.
ever given you gold before?
Maybe.
Oh. I bet
Okay.
she's gotten diamonds
Okay.
too.
Set the bar high.
I mean,
mean-
Brett, are you still interested? Paige, no offense, but you're a little high maintenance.
Call me maintenance man. Let's go out again.
Hey!
All right.
Maintenance man.
You know
I like
what?
that name.
I'm starting to sense a little bit of chemistry here now. So maybe this is the right time to ask Paige, would you like to go out with Brett one more time and we'll pay for it? You can replay your birthday and do it the right way.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I will say it's
Yeah.
like double birthday.
That
This
sounds
guy is
fun.
definitely showing up with a gift this time.
Mhm.
What do you say, Paige?
But why? Like,
Why? It's because it's what you want.
Yeah, he's
He-
attractive.
he-
He's nice.
He finally knows what you want, and then he wants to give that to you. That's how relationships work, like
Yeah.
communication. Like
After the
you
birthday
say,
cake, Brett's going to show you why.
I just have a few more guys that have asked me out, and I'm kind of just going in a different direction, I think.
Put him back in line then. Put him back in the back of the line and see him in 2
come
months.
on.
I'll give you the cash equivalent of the date they pay for.
Just cash.
Now you're just paid for her.
You've already paid for the dating subscription, dude. Don't keep paying.
You guys have to see her. She has a right to act this way, if I'm going to be
Oh
honest.
my god.
I did forget that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it
that
sounds
was
like
my
my
bad,
type.
Brett.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
It's
You're right,
gonna
bro.
end badly.
Brett, I'm so sorry, dude.
Dude, every date from now on, just act like one of the three wise men and bring as many gifts as possible.
Yeah. Always have a birthday
Yeah.
cake in the trunk.
Yeah,
Just in case.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You've got to be careful when joking around on a first date because the other person might not get your sense of humor. Like, I don't know how many dates have been ruined that I've been on when in the middle of it, I just drop my fork and I look her dead in the eye and just go, how many other people know you're out with me right now?
That's a really funny joke.
They never get
Wow.
it. It just ruins the mood right there.
Weird.
And Maggie, who is on the phone with us right now to do a second date update, apparently made a poorly timed joke on her date. And she thinks that's why she's not getting a call back today. We'll find out what her joke is in a second. Hopefully it's as good as mine. But first, let's find out a little bit about the guy that she wants to call. Maggie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So you want to call a guy named Ray today?
Well, actually, I want you to call him.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Good point. I guess
Yeah,
that is
she
how the
does pay
second date
attention.
updates work, right? I call them. Well, you want me to call a guy named Ray today. Where'd you meet Ray?
Ray and I met at a bar a couple weeks ago. I was out with some of my girlfriends, not expecting to meet anybody, and I meet this great guy, and he and I end up talking for most of the night.
Did
And
he
did he-
approach you or did you approach him?
He approached me.
Did he use like a cheesy line, or was he pretty cool?
He actually he came over with 2 shots of Fireball.
Classy.
Yeah, and he said, "Can I warm you up?"
Ooh, nice.
And that worked, huh?
Well, I was a few drinks in, so
Okay.
yeah, that worked.
I was going to
You're
say,
the
if you were
type of-
sober, that probably wouldn't have worked.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, you're the type of girl that never turns down free alcohol, is what it sounds like.
Right. I'm not. No. So we just started talking after that, and I get home from the bar, and he texted me.
Was it a booty call text, or was it a nice, like...
No, he just said it was great to meet me, and he would love to go out for coffee later that week.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, which was great. Normally, guys will text me a picture
if I give them my number.
Especially if you're at a bar and you've been drinking Fireball all night. It's like, I know how to seal the deal here. You give her a little sample of the goods.
Yeah.
So anyway.
To getting pictures. But I didn't this time, which was surprising. And
it's so sad that that's the exception to the rule, is the one guy that doesn't send you his junk.
I know.
How romantic.
I mean, that's kind of the day and age we live in right now.
It is a beautiful time we're living in. So how was coffee then?
It was awesome. He was very sweet. He, pulled the chair out for me when we got to the coffee bar, and he even paid for my coffee. He was very gentlemanly.
Your standards really are low, aren't they?
Well, I mean, normally, if I get pictures after a night of Fireball, my standards are pretty low right now. So.
But that sounds good. I mean, it sounds like he was genuinely excited to see you, because sometimes after a inebriated night in a dark bar, daylight dates can be a little shocking.
Exactly. Right. So it was a great date.
So tell me about the joke, though. You said that you made a joke you thought might have been poorly timed, or he didn't get it or something?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened?
So I'm a pretty sarcastic person anyway, and he and I were talking, and he says something like, I bet you get asked out by a lot of guys. And I said, yeah, man, in this past week alone, you're my 30th date.
That's funny.
Completely joking.
Yeah.
And he gives me this blank look.
He didn't get it?
No, he thought I was being serious.
He's like, whoa, you didn't have to be honest.
Right.
Did you clarify for him that it was a joke?
I did. A few seconds went by of him not laughing, and I said, dude, I'm kidding. Like, obviously, I haven't gone out with 30 guys in the past week because I made that awkward joke. So.
Okay, so that's the reason you think that he's not calling you back, is he thought you might not have been joking about dating 30 guys in a week.
I think so. Okay. Yeah, I think.
All right, well, how did the date end then?
Again, very gentlemanly. He gave me a hug and a peck on the cheek, and he said, this was fun. We should do dinner sometime.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, so I thought it ended on a high note.
You should have messed with him some more and been like, yeah, that's good. I'll fit you in. I got like 45 other dudes I'm doing dinner with.
I know,
To see if he would get it.
Yeah.
All right, and he hasn't responded to any of your text messages or phone calls since that day?
No.
All
and
right.
that was a couple weeks ago.
I'm surprised that you want to see him, just because I think it's pretty unattractive when a guy can't laugh at things.
No, sometimes
And
I
doesn't-
just don't get it.
I'm not used to going out with gentlemanly guys. So, I mean, he was really sweet, and I can't blame him for not getting the joke,
Well,
But,
we don't even really know if that's why he's not calling you back.
Yeah,
Could be
that's
something
true.
else.
True.
yeah. It could have been something completely different.
All
You're
right.
right.
Well, we'll find out what it is. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
This could be a second date update first. Maggie, who's on the phone to do a second date update today, just admitted to us that she has been with 30 guys in the last week. Impressive statistics, Maggie.
Good job, girl.
Yep.
Thank you.
If you missed the first part of the second date update, Maggie met this guy named Ray at a bar. They went out for a coffee date after meeting up. She said everything was going well, but she made a joke to him when he said like something along the lines of, I bet you go out on a lot of dates. Her response was, yeah, I've been on 30 dates in the past week. The only thing is he didn't get the joke. And he just kind of sat there like, oh, my God. And that's why she thinks she's not getting a call back, because he still doesn't think that it's a joke. It's pretty hard to go out with that many people in 1 week. So hopefully, maybe, Maggie, we can get him to realize that and go out with you again. Are you ready to give him a call?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
This one's so weird to me because he asked you to go out to dinner at the end of the date. I mean, he was obviously complimenting your looks when he said you must get asked out a lot. I don't get that one little joke would make him not call you.
I know. So I'm excited to see what the problem is.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
no
not
kidding.
one little joke. If he didn't get the fact that if he was thinking that you really went out with 30 guys in a week, that's bigger than a little joke. All right.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Ray, please?
Yeah, this is Ray.
Hey, Ray, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
How's it going?
Fine.
Any idea why I'm calling you?
No.
We recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Okay.
Her name is Maggie, and you recently went out on a date with Maggie.
Okay.
Okay. Do you remember that happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Maggie emailed us because she's wondering why you haven't given her a call back, especially at the end of the date when you were like talking about maybe meeting up for dinner or something. She hasn't heard from you, so she asked if maybe we could get you on the phone to find out why.
Oh.
Is there a reason you're not calling Maggie back?
I mean, it's probably not going to work out.
Oh man, Ray.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't think we're a good match.
Is there a specific reason why you think that?
Um,
Ray, you're a hard guy to read.
I agree. I
So
don't
what-
even know
what-
if he
why
has
don't you-
emotion at all.
Why don't you think you guys would be a good match?
I don't know. I mean, Maggie, she's a really nice girl. Probably one of the nicest girls I've met in a little while here, but she likes to do a lot of stuff.
What do you mean by that? Like drugs? she didn't.
Hiking?
No.
Yeah. What do you mean by she likes to do a lot of
No.
stuff?
Well, she just like, I don't know, we were talking about stuff, and she was saying all the things she likes to do. She likes to take cooking classes, and she like rides a bike, and she, I don't know, always goes out with her friends, and
She sounds
Okay.
like a
She's
fun,
always-
interesting person by the
normal-
things
Yeah.
that you just said.
Those sound like normal interests to me.
you're right. She's totally interesting, normal person. I'm not very normal. Like when she asks me what I like to do, I don't really like to do very much, and I don't
Shocked.
hold it against her.
So you don't have any hobbies or interests?
I mean, I like watching TV, hanging around the house.
Okay, maybe
Stuff like
maybe
that.
that's one of the things that she likes to do too. Did you talk to her about that?
Well, I think probably she does, but I don't know if I could keep up with all that other stuff.
You don't have to go biking with her or hiking or whatever she likes to
Go
do.
hang out with friends.
Yeah, I don't know. I could just tell. I think she deserves someone really amazing.
Do you just
And
have
I
like?
just don't know if I'm really up to snuff.
You just sound like you just have really bad self-esteem, buddy.
No, I mean it's not my fault that I'm like this. It's just that's probably the way I was raised. But I don't have a problem with it. I just don't think it maybe matches up with her lifestyle.
Okay.
But don't you think that's a decision she should make, not you for her? Because you don't know how she feels.
Well, she might even be okay with it now, but I know that in a little bit she's gonna see like what I see now, which is that she's not gonna like it. For instance, I don't want to be expected to do things.
Hey, look, I am 100% with you on that, Ray. Whenever I'm in a relationship, it's the worst when you're expected to do things.
Like,
But you don't know if she's going to ask you to go bike. You can, both have your own separate lives.
We're just two totally different people. She's fun, she likes to do things, and I'm not. I'm just boring. So.
Well, maybe, have you thought about this? Maybe if you date her, you could learn to do some activities that you like.
See, that sounds like a lot of pressure right there.
All right. Well, Ray, if that's not enough pressure for you, here's some more pressure. She's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Hello, hi, Ray.
No emotion.
Man, it really breaks my heart to hear you talk about yourself like that.
I don't feel bad about it. I'm just boring, and you're not boring. So you don't want to date me.
You're being really hard on yourself, Ray. Are you always like this?
I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm just being realistic. Just how things are. Being honest.
Well, I had a really great time with you a couple weeks ago, and talking to you now, you sound like a completely different person.
I mean, when you asked me what I like to do, didn't you notice that it took me like 10 minutes to get back to you on that?
10 minutes?
You asked me what my interests were, and I realized I don't really do anything. I don't really have any interest. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I should look at that. You know.
Are you saying that your date with Maggie like changed your whole perspective on life?
I'm just looking at things a little differently now.
Wow. Maggie. What did you do to this guy?
I mean, like, Ray, you really don't think this about yourself.
I just think I need to take some time with myself and just, you know, I think you're really sweet, and I think you are really on to something.
You're on to something. And Maggie, you keep doing what you're doing. You're on to something.
You're living your life.
Oh my
So,
God, poor
Ray, let me ask you this, Ray. I will pay for a second date if you guys go out again. Will you go out with Maggie one more time?
Oh,
Oh, my God.
really likes you, Ray. She thinks you're interesting and fun and attractive.
I do, Ray. You know, I like that you're really sweet and you're gentlemanly. I mean, you pulled my chair out for me at the restaurant. You know, guys don't do that. So I would love to see you again.
mm.
Oh my gosh.
But in that list you forgot boring.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Ray.
You know, I like doing boring stuff too. I like sitting around doing nothing. That's fun for me sometimes.
Now I feel like you're just saying that to impress me.
I know.
That's how you really impress a lot of people. Yeah, no, I'm super boring. Ray, is there any way we can get you to go out with Maggie again?
Come on.
I mean, you're paying for it?
Yes.
Come on, Ray. You're in a slump. You need this.
And you could be boring and she won't mind.
Fine, but don't expect much.
So is that a yes then? You'll go out with Maggie?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yay.
Congratulations, Maggie. You got a second date.
I know. Great.
So you are excited about this?
Well, yeah, I'm excited. It just sounds like he's in a mini slump, so I'm excited to help him get out of it.
All right, good. Well, you can be Ray's slump buster then.
I'm not in a slump. This is how I am. Please don't expect more.
Well, I'm excited to hear about how this whole date turns out with you guys.
Me too.
It's close to, you know, a romance novel or something.
I wouldn't be too excited.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
We've got a girl on the phone for her second date today. Normally, when we do these calls, the date happened a few days ago, maybe a week or two. But this time, one of our listeners wants to reach out to a guy after 6 months.
Whoa.
Wow, that's long.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Sounds like all the other dates weren't as good as that one in that 6-month period.
I'm just glad she's not reaching out to us after 9 months, because then I know exactly the reason why she's not getting a call back. Yeah, and that's our caller. Her name's Marcella.
Hey guys.
Hi, Marcella. Why the 6-month gap?
You guys, I have the craziest falling in love story you've probably ever heard.
Whoa, you already dropped the L-bomb right at the top.
Yeah, TBD. I hope so.
Okay, TBD.
Keep going.
Those are always good 3 letters to put with love.
Well, tell us what happened 6 months ago.
So about 6 months ago, I was in the hospital because I was having my tonsils removed.
Okay.
This is a romantic story, I can tell.
No.
Yeah. So the guy I was seeing was going to pick me up that day when he got off work.
Like pick you up from the hospital? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to have somebody pick you up when you have like a outpatient surgery because you know you've been under. So anyways, he was supposed to pick me up around 5 when he got off work, but I was discharged a little earlier, around like 3:15.
Okay.
I hate when I discharge early. It's so annoying.
Gross. Yeah. And is this guy your boyfriend at the time, or is it just someone you've been casually hanging out with?
No, he was my boyfriend.
Okay.
So the nurse wheels me like down to the lobby and asked if someone was coming to pick me up. So, she gave me paperwork and she just, she left me there. So sitting there a little while later and the doors open like to the lobby and this gorgeous man who's not my boyfriend walks in with like a giant bouquet of flowers.
Oh my God. Why do I picture like doves being released behind him and angels singing?
And he sits down across from me. So we make eye contact a couple times and he smiles. And so I said, like, those are nice. Well, actually, I whispered like, those are nice.
Oh, right. Because of the tonsil situation. Yeah.
But that was hot.
Yeah.
It's a little sultry.
All right. What'd he say?
He's like, what? I can't hear you.
Off to a good start.
Okay.
Hey, but this is good. That's not your boyfriend. You shouldn't be flirting anyway.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, so I tried to say again, I was like pointing, I'm like, the flowers are nice. So he thanked me and he asked me what I was there for. So anyway, the doctor comes in and asks to speak with him, and they like go off, pulls him aside, and then he comes back, sits down again with sort of like this weird look. He looks at me and he hands me the flowers and he goes, "These are for you."
What?
I was like, what? And so he says, they just told me that my aunt passed away.
Oh, and he was bringing his aunt flowers.
No, I don't like this.
You got the world's saddest bouquet of flowers ever given.
Consolation dead person flowers?
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay.
I mean, you guys, I took them, but like,
You
I
took
felt
'em?
terrible for him.
Well, you have to take them.
I guess so.
You have to take him. So anyways, he's sitting there. He's super upset. So for like 30 minutes, I'm kind of consoling this beautiful, beautiful man.
Yeah. About his aunt. How did you turn this into cheating on your boyfriend? Because I feel like that's where we're going. Maybe I'm wrong.
Me too.
I did not cheat on my boyfriend.
Okay.
No. So eventually he thanks me and he's like, I gotta go. But he writes his number down on the card with the flowers.
Okay.
Crosses out "get well soon" and writes "call me later."
Love you, Auntie.
Yeah.
I mean.
Exactly. So I follow him out the door and it's raining. It's like some sappy like rom-com movie.
Of course it is.
So I asked him, like, are you sure you're okay to drive? You seem very emotional. I don't want you to get in an accident. And he's like, yeah, I think so. I'm okay. And I was like, no, you know what? My boyfriend, he's going to be here soon. He can give you a ride. And he said no, and he drove off.
Yeah, because you just shattered his dreams. Like, he didn't know you had a boyfriend. You're flirting with him the whole time. He gives you his number, and then...
He's like, give me those flowers back.
What? Boyfriend?
It worked out for
What's
the best.
worse?
I didn't want to lie to him. Like, I was trying to be a nice person, like a friend. He needed a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, you're a good person.
Well, I tried to be. Anyway, so I texted him the next day and just said, thank you for the flowers. Hope you're doing okay.
Man, your boyfriend must have been so confused though, like when you're walking out of there with a bouquet of flowers. He's like, where did these come from?
Yeah, but the explanation is pretty easy.
What is it?
Dead aunt.
I mean, he should also feel guilty because he did not bring me flowers. But anyway.
Yeah. All right.
So fast forward a couple months later, I'm not with that boyfriend anymore.
Good.
Ooh, someone's single.
That guy didn't bring you flowers. He deserves to be dumped.
Agreed, and many other reasons. But we don't need to get into all that.
All right.
Anyway, you guys, I still have the flower card with his number.
Ooh, this is so fun.
And I really can't stop thinking about him. Like, am I a crazy person? Is this weird?
Yeah, you're probably crazy and weird, but it's really great.
Yeah.
I encourage it. Is
Crazy
that bad?
and weird is great for us on this show, so it makes good radio.
Dude, I say yes. Make it happen. Let's do this.
So have you reached out to him yet, or is this the first time?
I did text him, and I didn't get a response.
Oh my God, but he doesn't know you're single. That's why he didn't text you back. He probably thinks you're trying to cheat on your boyfriend.
I mean, maybe. I didn't think about that. I mean, let's keep you guys.
Oh, I'm excited for this one.
And I don't think we asked, do you know what this guy's name is?
Oh, yeah.
He signed it Alex. Just Alex.
Alex is a sexy name.
Alex and Marcella.
Yeah,
Good
hello,
couple name.
Alex.
Call each other Marsalix. Sorry, that was stupid. You know, celebrity name
Yeah.
anyway. Sorry.
It does sound good together. I'm with you,
weird.
Jose. I'm with you.
All right.
I got distracted.
Well, we're going to play a song. We'll come back and we'll call Alex and try and get you a second date, okay?
Ooh, I'm excited.
Me too.
All right, hold on. The phone with Marcella, and she warned us this is probably the craziest falling in love story of all time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I have to say, she's on the right track.
Is she?
Well, she met a guy at a hospital 6 months ago when she got her tonsils out. She was waiting in the lobby after her surgery when a hunky guy walked through the front doors carrying a big bouquet of flowers. That were supposed to be for his aunt. But when he got the word that his aunt had passed, he was so devastated, he didn't know what to do, and he handed them to the only person he knew in that room, Marcella.
Oh, then he tore his shirt off and he kissed her passionately.
Not quite.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
No.
She did console him and walked him back to his car.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, she had a boyfriend at the time.
Right.
Which is why she's waited this long to finally reach out to him and maybe finish this love story the right way.
Oh
It
my
does have
God.
the makings when you say it like that.
But you guys, we can't be. Oh, Marcella, do you really want to be using like love story, just throwing around down there? Because you've barely talked to this guy.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you guys love story. I'm not gonna like start cold with him like love story.
Okay, well, that is something we should establish before we call him. We are terrible at these things
Yeah,
sometimes.
I was definitely going to drop that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, please don't.
Okay.
Glad we went over
Well,
this then.
no promises, Marcella, but tell us, how are you feeling going into this?
Oh my God, I'm really nervous now. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
I don't blame you. I'm nervous too.
I'm
We all
excited.
are.
It's going to be great. Or it's going to be really bad, and then we can move on from having a crush on this guy. Either way, there'll be personal growth by the end of this.
And possibly a Hallmark movie made about it. So you're going to win.
I hope so.
All right. I'm going to dial the phone number and try and get you a second date right now. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Alex, please?
Yeah, I was calling.
Hi, my name's Young Jeffrey. Work on the radio.
The radio?
Mm-hmm. You heard of it before?
Yeah, it's like in every car.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a podcast.
That's the one. He knows it.
All right.
Dude,
Good.
awesome.
We're best friends now.
Yeah, we're on the dial, man.
That's where we are.
What is this about?
So there's something that we do on our show called a second date. It's where if you go out on a date with someone, but they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll contact the person and try and figure out the reason why.
I didn't go on a date with someone that's not getting back to me.
That's true.
That is
That's a
true.
good point. This one is a little bit different.
Because the girl that reached out to us, you met about 6 months ago.
Okay, 6 months ago. It's a long time.
And you guys didn't go on a date. You met her in a hospital lobby?
Her name's Marcella.
Sorry. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, you were going through a lot of stuff in the moment, so.
Yeah. She told us when she met you, your aunt had just passed away.
Sorry about that too, man.
Is that helping jog your memory, though?
Honestly, no.
Okay, do you remember being in the lobby and you had brought flowers for your aunt? And she said that you had talked briefly about the flowers, and then the doctor informed you about your aunt passing away, and you gave the flowers to Marcella. And she was like super worried about you, offered to take you home, not take you home to her home, offered to give you a ride to your house.
Yeah.
Any of this jogging your memory? No?
Okay, I think I remember.
How do you not like definitely remember that your aunt died that day? I'm sorry, but
Okay, there's a reason why I don't specifically remember her.
Okay.
Yeah?
What is it?
There's just been a lot of flowers and a lot of girls.
What?
I'm even more confused.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You have aunts in every hospital that are dying across the city? Like, I mean, honestly.
Not necessarily. I had a buddy in the hospital, and I went to go see him. And I didn't know what to get the guy. It's your friend in a hospital. Like, what do I get him? So I just grabbed flowers from the shop downstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
He kind of gave me the idea. He's like, man, why are you giving me flowers? I don't need flowers from you. Like, I bet you could pick up on, like, any girl down there and if you give her the flowers.
What?
Your buddy told you to give flowers to girls in the lobby?
Like a joke. And turns out it worked. I said I was there for a buddy, and I ended up hooking up with one of the girls I met in
in the waiting room.
Okay, and that is definitely not Maricela.
Yeah, so we're not talking about Marcella. This is before Marcella?
Again, guys, I don't know who Marcella is.
Okay. Well, when did this happen with your buddy?
Well, it was a couple of years ago, I think.
What?
A couple of years ago.
Wait. So are you setting this up to tell us that you've been doing this scheme for a while now?
I'm not doing it anymore.
So there was no dead aunt ever?
I mean, I'm sure one of my aunts have died.
Oh,
you dog!
This whole thing is a pickup scheme.
Like I said, I don't do it anymore. I started feeling like a little guilty, a little sleazy, so I kind of...
A little?
How many girls have you picked up using this?
Let's just say that it's a lot, and that's why I have a hard time remembering.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
It's like I don't.
I felt so bad for you.
I know. The dead aunt is the thing that I'm most upset about. I'm also kind of impressed that this is your thing, but also really disgusted that you're using. I'm all over the board here.
It's pretty shady.
It is very difficult dating out here right now. Like the apps don't work.
Blame it on the apps.
But you're not even trying to date. It sounds like you were just hooking up with all these ladies.
No, every single one I had a sit-down conversation with.
And you told them all lies. Yeah, I don't know if that counts.
Look, initially, yeah, it was a lie. But, I mean, once we started talking, that's who I am. I'm not I just needed, like, a way in.
Oh, my gosh. I am floored.
You know who's probably even more floored than we are?
Oh, my gosh.
Marcella.
Oh, my gosh. The one you don't remember.
Because, Alex, we didn't tell you this, but Marcella has been on the phone listening this entire time.
And we do not feel shady about it at all, okay, Alex?
Oh, my God.
Marcella?
Yeah, I am a little surprised that there's such a monster among us. Are you kidding, dude?
A monster? I don't do that anymore.
Like, so you go to hospital to pick up like sick or like injured?
I used to go.
Or grieving.
I used to go.
I think you're missing.
Are you kidding?
Oh, man.
What can I say? It worked.
You can say you're gross. That's disgusting.
But also kind of genius.
I don't know.
I mean, too much. He had to stop. Like,
if it wasn't
really
a hospital, like, did you have to lie about the dead aunt? Couldn't you come up with some other reason?
That's how you reel them in. That's the bait.
It is true. That makes a stronger, deeper connection.
The deeper connection.
She's right. I wanted to take care of the guy.
I know.
I can't imagine.
Ladies
Marcella,
love a sad man in mourning.
Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry, Marcella.
Oh my God. I honestly can't believe that you can't remember me. Like, we had like a 30-minute conversation.
I hate to tell you this, but I had a lot of 30-minute conversations with a lot of girls and a lot of connections. I mean, don't doubt that the connection was real. Like at the time, I'm sure I thought the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Does that make you feel better, Marcella?
It definitely does not.
Oh,
Weird.
Dang.
I mean, you got to give him. He didn't take advantage of you.
Listen, you're right. I didn't take advantage of her. I didn't take advantage of you, Marcella. I mean, I probably lost your number in like the pile of numbers I've got.
Oh my God.
Marcella, are you still attracted to him, or is this a total turnoff for you?
I, honest to God, thought this was like the greatest love story potential of my life.
Oh, I know.
But I think it's kind of like the biggest scam of my life.
Marcella, it doesn't have to be a scam. Like, I am technically single right now. I'm not seeing anyone.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, my God.
Wow, what a surprise you're single. That is such a shock.
Well, he ran out of relatives to pass off as dead, so...
God. You know what? Like, I couldn't even date you now because you hang out in hospitals all the time. You're probably patient zero.
No, I don't. I don't hang out in hospitals all the time anymore. I don't do that.
Oh.
Well, this feels like the right time
No, it does not.
to ask Alex, would you like to go out on another date with Marcella? We'll pay
Why
for
are
it.
you asking him? She needs to be be that.
She's the one that contacted us.
I know.
Obviously, if I went up to you and gave you flowers, then you must be good looking. So yes, I will like to go on another date.
All right, Marcella.
It's like a blind date for Alex. Marcella, like...
I mean, Alex is right. I am hot, and he's not going to see me ever again. Absolutely not.
Oh, you missed out. Dude.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Jeffrey didn't.
But did I miss out, Marcella? Because I honestly don't remember who you are or what you look like.
Oh my God, that is so low, dude.
How dare
Come on.
Well, sorry, Marcella. No second date for you.
Dude, you are going to be so jaded after this, Marcella. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I'm the color of jade. Like, this is ridiculous.
And all right. Well, Alex, it looks like it's back to the hospital for you again.
Oh, my God.
Let's find our next love interest.
Don't forget to stop at the gift shop.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know what? I don't think my great uncle is feeling too well.
Oh.
Stop.
Well, I hope he pulls through.
You stop.
Spoiler, I don't think he is.
Oh!
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Nothing is more romantic than taking your date out into the wilderness and having them help you commit murder. I think that is probably one of the most beautiful ways you can experience time with the person you're on a date with. And that's what happened with Amelia, who's on the phone. Apparently, her first date with this guy named Greg, they went fishing together.
That's not murder.
A lot of fish died that day. I'm
that's
sure there's a lot of
not-
listeners out there that would agree with me. A lot of fish had to lose their life so that this couple could enjoy their afternoon. Amelia, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Did you murder a lot of fish that day?
No, you know what? Actually, we did catch and release. So the fish that we caught, we put back.
Oh, that's
So you
boring.
actually just, you mangled them is
Yeah.
what you did.
Yes, we disfigured them for life. That's
Yeah.
All right, so your email said that this guy took you fishing. Was that fun? Are you a fisherman?
It was fun. No, I'm not a fisherwoman.
Okay.
I have never been fishing, but it was really fun. He actually suggested it because in my profile I say that I like nature and hiking and stuff. So I was like, absolutely, that sounds super cool. I'm open to new experiences. So we met at a state park where you can go fishing, and for the next few hours, I had the best time. I think genuinely it was one of the best and most fun first dates I've ever had.
I think it's such a great idea. I mean, you have so much time to talk, right? You can connect on that level for sure.
Exactly, and he was super nice and so helpful. And
What's his name, by the way?
Greg.
All right, and so you and Greg just had a wonderful time out there mangling fish and then tossing them back into their environment so they go to their other fish buddies and go, dude, I don't know, I was just swimming along. Some chick and a dude just put a hook in my cheek. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It was just the best day of your life ever doing that.
It was super romantic mangling fish.
All right. What did you like about him so much?
Well, first of all, he's really rugged and manly, and I love guys like that.
Yeah, amen.
But he was really considerate and a total gentleman, you know, really respectful and nice to me all day.
And you were cool learning how to fish, right? You didn't like scream when the fish got up and say that you didn't want to touch it or anything like that.
Well, I did scream, and I thought the fish were pretty gross.
Did he seem to like that or not? Because I know some dudes like to be in that situation where it's like, yeah, I took this girl out and had got to teach her how to fish. She's such a dainty little girl, has no idea. She needs a man's help. And some guys that turns off. They're like, ugh, I like a girl who can do that on her own.
I mean, he thought I was funny. We were laughing a lot, and he was so nice. He just would take the fish and throw them back in the water. Like, he didn't say anything, like, calm down or, you know, anything like that. But maybe it did turn him off because it's been a couple weeks and he hasn't called me back.
How did everything end for you guys? Did you make out? Did you do more than that without cleaning up after fishing?
we
So I guess I don't need that last detail.
Why are you
No problem. I won't give it to you. Well, there's really not that much to tell. We just had a nice little kiss, nothing crazy, no makeout.
So you guys did kiss. I mean, that's super romantic.
No, it wasn't super romantic. It was just a nice kiss. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, in my head, I picture you making out with Brad Pitt and a river runs through it.
And there's jumping everywhere.
Yes, exactly. There's rainbows hitting the water.
I mean, no, it wasn't like that. I mean, we were next to this pickup truck and we both smelled like fish. So
almost.
So just almost. All right, and then how did you guys part ways?
Well, after we kissed, I couldn't help myself. I just said, "Hey, I'd really love to go out again." I just said it because why not?
Yeah, of course.
Nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And he said, "For sure, hit me up." And I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
Like a little maybe brush, just giving me the brush off. Maybe I don't know.
It's kind of open ended. Not like, yeah, definitely. How about this day? It's like, yeah, whatever. Hey, contact me. I'll be around.
Or if you really wanted to go out with someone, you think that you would take charge and be like, yeah, I will call you.
Yes.
Right. Because he was already such a gentleman, I figured he would say, yes, I'll call.
Yeah.
And have you hit him up since your date?
Yeah. I waited a couple days, and then I called him, and I left him a message. And I just said what a great time I had, and I'd love to see him again.
All right.
And you can't think of anything awkward that happened on the date.
I guess the only thing is maybe I'm too girly, and I've screamed, and I thought the fish were kind of gross, but it seemed like I thought we had a great time together, both of us. So.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dating is a lot like fishing, You reel some in,
Yeah.
you're like, that one's too big, that one's too small,
Yeah.
that one's got a wonky eye, oh, this one has a drinking problem.
Damn fish.
And you fish and you fish and you fish until you finally find that one that has an extra large mouth, and you settle down with that one for the rest of your life. And that's the problem that the girl on the phone is having today for her second date update. She's hoping that the guy she calls will be that big bass with a large mouth who knows how to treat her right. But sadly, he's not calling her back. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Amelia is on the phone. She wants to call Greg today. They went fishing on their first date. She thinks the reason she's not getting a call back was because maybe she was a little too girly for him. He's an outdoorsy kind of guy, and she hasn't fished before, and when they caught a fish, she screamed, I was like, ew, yucky. And she thinks maybe that turned him off a little bit because he doesn't want a girly girl.
I didn't say ew, yucky. It wasn't that bad. I just screamed a little bit.
Okay.
If it turns out that is the reason that he's not calling you back, are you willing to kind of buck up and be a little bit more outdoorsy?
I just want him to know that I can totally be tough and nature girl too. I'm not just a priss.
Okay.
You sound like it. Could be real tough and naturey. Ew. All right. I'm dialing his phone number right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, is Greg there?
Yeah, this is Greg.
Hey, Greg, how are you? My name is Jubal. I host a morning radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
Okay.
It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off, they email us to ask if we can call you and find out why. So her name is Amelia.
Oh, God.
That is not the response that...
Amelia
Whoa.
emailed us and asked if we could call you because she said that she enjoyed going fishing with you, but hasn't heard a word from you since.
Who cares?
Who cares? Well, we care, and Amelia obviously cares because she went through all the effort to try to get us to do this phone call.
Look, that person is nobody I want to talk to or hang out with or talk about.
Really?
That is really extreme.
What did she do that's so bad? I mean, we actually talked to her a little bit. She sounded perfectly nice.
She sounded lovely, actually. Yeah. She sounded fun.
Yeah, I really don't want to talk about it. I don't know. She's She knows what she did.
She doesn't, though. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, she thinks that everything was great on the date.
Oh, really? She has got no idea what the problem could be. That's hilarious.
Nope. She says you guys went fishing and had a good time, even kissed at the end of everything, and
Yeah.
she thought she could hit you up to go out again, and now you're not responding to her, and obviously you don't like her one bit.
Yeah, no, that's correct. I don't. And I caught a little bit more than a fish that day.
What do you mean?
We kissed. 2 days later, I wake up, bang, I got a cold sore.
You think that she gave you...
Yeah, she did. I'm not kissing anybody else except her.
Oh, my God.
Did she have a cold sore when you guys were out?
Not visible, but I didn't, put on some gloves and check her mouth or anything.
You know, those are incredibly common, and the virus could have been dormant in you for a long time, and then maybe stress brought it out or something.
A long time, my whole life. I've never had this before. I kiss her, boom, mouth measles.
So you think that she gave you a cold sore, and that's the only reason you're not calling her back?
That's a pretty good reason. I mean, she gave me herpes.
Isn't there other ways you can get that, though? Like sharing glasses or chapsticks or anything?
It's common.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I'm not sharing glasses or chapstick with anybody.
Why didn't you hit her up and ask her if she has a cold sore?
Well, she says, yes or no. It doesn't get my cold sore out of my face.
Okay, so you have a cold sore, and that's it.
What do you mean that's it? It's a f***ing cold sore.
Okay, so obviously you never want to talk to her again then.
No, absolutely not.
That's unfortunate because she's actually on the phone listening to this conversation.
What?
Yep, she's right. She's
Yeah, hi, Greg.
yeah.
I did not give you a cold sore.
All right, well, then who did? The fish?
Yeah, maybe the fish, or maybe you kissed somebody and you forgot about it. I don't know. I never met you before.
I must have a pretty exciting life if I'm kissing people and forgetting about it.
Well, that's between you and you. And also, you should know that you can only get a cold sore if you can see a cold sore on somebody's face and then you kiss the cold sore.
For someone who's never had a cold sore before, you sure are an expert.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Greg. My friends are listening to this.
You tricked me into this radio thing. I'm just telling the truth.
I didn't give it to you. I've never had a cold sore in my life.
This is not in any way going to affect your life or the length of your life. You realize that, Greg?
I don't know that.
No, you...
I mean, who knows where things go? All I know is I got a thing on my face. This lady, put that in quotes, this lady gave it to me.
Oh my...
Now she's mad that I don't call her back. Why? Because she's got some more diseases she wants to pass on?
You can't say stuff like that on the radio, Greg. First of all, it's not true, but if you say things like that, people I know are listening, they're going to think it's true, and it's just rude, and it's so totally inconsiderate.
Well, look, whatever it takes to get you to go to a doctor and get checked out, because it sounds like that is what is needed here.
This is so extreme.
You know what? You know what, Greg? How about this? I will go with you to the clinic to get tested to prove to you that I do not have the herpes virus. Happy? Does that make you happy?
No.
Or do you
How
not
does that make
believe
me
in-
happy?
do you not
I don't want
believe
to
in
hang out with
clinics?
you some more. Go to a clinic? That sucks.
What if we do that for your second date?
I
Hey,
think so,
Greg,
right?
would you like to go with Amelia to the clinic? We can even do a not free one, and I'll pay for it.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to pass, but Amelia should definitely go on that date by herself.
Come on, Greg. What, are you afraid? You afraid of being wrong? Go to the clinic with me. Get tested. What's the harm? You know you already have a cold sore, like the virus, but you don't know that I do. So...
I'm just afraid what else we might find out. I mean, who knows? Maybe you got some kind of weird mouth scabies or something, and that's lying dormant. I go to this clinic, I get re-diagnosed or something.
You know what? How about this? Since Jubal was so nice and agreed to pay for the clinic, we should go. You should get tested. It'll be free. And then if I'm the person who has the virus who gave it to you, I will buy you lunch. What about that?
You're going to buy me lunch?
Yeah, I'll buy you lunch. If I'm the one who gave you a cold sore, the least I could do is buy you lunch, not a date. Don't worry about that.
but just to say I'm sorry.
All right, but it's going to be like a steak place.
Lobster lunch.
Whatever you want.
Fine, deal.
All right. Well, look at that. It's a successful second date update. As long as Amelia tests positive for herpes on their date to the clinic, Greg gets a free lunch.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says somebody needs to school this idiot. And if there's one place that can school you on herpes, it's us. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about today's second date update, Amelia wanted to call this guy named Greg who wasn't calling her back after they went fishing together. We got him on the phone, and the reason he wasn't calling back, he swears that she gave him a cold sore. And he doesn't want any other diseases from her because she's clearly filthy.
Yes.
If she's got cold sores. But she didn't even have a cold sore on her mouth at all.
Yeah.
So
like,
he didn't want to go out with her
from
again
anything.
because he assumes that she gave him a cold sore.
Oh my God, there's so much information about cold sores coming in on the text board right now. I don't know now what's true and what's not true. It can be dormant for your whole life, and then stress makes it come out.
be.
I didn't know.
Well, most people have that virus in their body.
Okay, I knew Jubal would help me out on
And
this one.
sometimes your immune system goes down, you get tired, and you can get a cold sore.
Okay, so it's like shingles
Or
or
gonorrhea.
something.
What? No.
Wait, gonorrhea.
Yeah. I don't know. Now I'm all confused.
Syphilis?
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
We got an email from a guy who says this might be the most horrifying thing to ever happen on a first date.
That's intense.
Yeah, dude.
That's a big promise to make
Yeah.
for one of these. So, I don't know. Did he accidentally go to a boy band concert? Or did his vanilla latte have soy milk instead of almond milk?
No.
I mean, I could only imagine if that happened to me.
Oh.
It'd take me years to get over it and be open to dating again.
Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
we'll see what it is with one of our listeners named Andrew. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing all right. I'm really grateful that you guys are so willing to help me.
Okay, it sounds like you're working against destiny right now.
Possibly. I'm open to you telling me the truth.
Okay.
Know what I mean?
So what's the name of the woman that you want to call today? Is her name
Her
Destiny?
name is Caroline.
Oh, Caroline.
Close, Jeffrey. Very
Almost.
close. How'd you meet her? How'd you meet Caroline?
We met at a barbecue through mutual friends. We were hanging out. It's a nice little barbecue, and she's just a lovely person. I mean, first time I saw her, like I couldn't put my finger on it, but she kind of looked like the sister of a celebrity, you know? Like she had like...
Did you?
That is a funny thing. I've never heard anyone use that before.
Did you tell her that?
I kept that to myself because I didn't want to make her feel self-conscious in any way, you know?
Yeah.
But,
Whoa, you look like Jennifer Aniston's sister. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So is this the date? Yeah. Is the barbecue the
No. So we hit it off there. We wound up exchanging numbers.
Where'd you guys go? What'd you do?
We went to one of my favorite restaurants here in town. It's Italian.
Nice.
My family is friends with the owners.
Ooh, humble brag.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just want to throw that in
I know
there.
the chef.
No, I pay for my check. I'm not going in there trying to get a bunch of free stuff.
Okay, good.
Okay. So how was dinner?
Dinner was great, but the story kind of got a little uncomfortable on the way to dinner.
Oh, okay.
So I picked her up, and on the way to dinner, we were stopped at a four-way stoplight, and out of nowhere comes this gigantic truck that blew through the stop sign and literally almost
died.
Could have been really, really bad. Yeah.
But there was no accident. It didn't happen.
Luckily, there was no accident.
That's
terrifying,
scary.
dude.
Yeah, and in the terror and the excitement of the moment, I peed myself a little bit.
For real?
What's a little bit?
A lot of it.
Please tell me you were in like black pants or something. You wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah, I was wearing dark pants, but it was a little chilly outside, and I had the car kind of warmed up for both of us, so I had my seat heater.
I hate to break this
So
to
wait,
you.
are you saying that it stunk?
Yeah, I think it probably created a bit of an aroma.
Oh.
The good news was we got out unscathed. We got to the restaurant. I got our table right away, which is a great time. It was a busy restaurant. We walked right in.
Good that it was busy.
I don't think this is good. Why wouldn't you just say, you know what, I'm really shaken by that. Can we do this another time?
Because men don't get shaken, Brooke.
He literally just peed his pants.
Yeah,
I mean,
men finish the date wet pants and all.
Thank
oh
you,
my God.
Jeffrey.
Go home is what I'm saying.
No, he's going
My
hard.
pants were actually not that wet. So it was mostly my underwear that took in the brunt of the...
It was a piddle. I get it.
Or it's an extra absorbent underwear.
Ooh, yeah. What's the brand?
And I know that they have like scented baby powder in the men's room. So like I made a beeline right for the restroom.
Nice.
And so what I did was I went to the stall, I took my pants up, I took my underwear off, and I asked the attendant to ask the busboy for a doggy bag for me.
What?
Why wouldn't you just throw them away? You're going to put the dirty underwear in a doggy bag?
No. These are my lucky underwear.
Because you put them on for the date. Oh, my God.
Clearly, they're lucky. You almost died.
Oh, that's funny.
But I get that. I have a pair of lucky underwear. I would even if I soiled it, I would not part with it.
I feel the same, bro.
This is a thing.
Yeah.
Anytime I have a big show coming up, I wear my lucky
You should try
underwear.
moving on from the Costco pack of 20 granny panties, Brooke. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. But anyway.
She's wearing anything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
It's a good
Andrew,
day.
you saved your underwear, and then you went back to the date?
Yes.
Oh
So
my God.
I got the underwear in the doggy bag. I go back to the table. Everything was totally fine. We had a great time. It was amazing. And then, we didn't finish our food, so we got some of it packed up. We drove home. There was never a mention of any of it. But when I drop her off at her house, she took the wrong doggy bag.
Oh, no.
Good Lord.
Yeah, one of them had the food and one of them had my lucky underwears.
Did you know it at the time?
I didn't know it until I was on my way, driving away, and I called her. She didn't answer.
Oh, no.
So I pulled over and I texted, whatever you do, Caroline, do not open the doggy bag.
Oh, no. You
That's-
had your pee panties in them.
Of course, she's going to open that.
Yeah.
Dude, if she called you back, have you heard anything? Or did she pass out from the smell?
I haven't heard a thing.
You are a mess.
Dude, this is bad.
You've given us a challenge today, Andrew, and you know what? We're going to rise to the challenge.
Okay.
You have to.
At the very least, I need my lucky underwear back.
Okay.
It's a reconnaissance mission, if nothing else.
I could be collateral in this, but
We don't have to lead with that.
okay.
Okay.
We'll save it. But first, we'll play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Caroline, and we'll try and get you your second date update, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Hold on. Oh, young love. So much beauty in it. There's laughter, the gorgeous weather, and the scent of urine wafting through the air.
Gross.
And that's what we're talking about today with a guy named Andrew. And I'm being serious about the urine. It was wafting,
Yeah.
but it was not his fault. Isn't that right, Andrew?
What?
Yeah.
You peed yourself.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. I will
No.
back him on that one. Not his fault.
Because while Andrew was driving to the restaurant, he had a near accident with a truck, which frightened him, and it forced a little bit of
A real
urine
accident.
to come out. But the weird part of the night was that at the very end of the evening, his date Caroline took out a doggy bag of what she thought was her leftover food, but it actually had Andrew's soiled underwear inside of it.
Oh.
Sorry, his lucky soiled underwear.
Yeah.
He didn't throw it away because it is his lucky pair. Now, Andrew, when we call Caroline, I just want you to know I'm not going to mention the underwear thing.
What? You have to.
No.
Yeah, she opened the
It's-
doggy bag. It was at her house.
We don't know if she's opened it yet. She just took the doggy bag in, and it's not our place to do that. We've gotten in trouble before for oversharing on these second dates and revealing something that they didn't know about.
I'm sorry. You really think she didn't open it? She could smell it. He was acting weird.
And not only
when someone says, all caps, do not open that no matter what, you have to. Your curiosity
Absolutely.
will
Absolutely.
kill you.
You were under contract to open it at
Just
that
a
point.
peek.
Yes.
Just a peek.
I'm not going to mention it, okay, Andrew?
Oh.
Because you know what? You and I have something called trust. And I know that Brooke and Jose may not trust you or trust Caroline, but I do.
Yeah, I think we did bond on the lucky underwear topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Jeffrey did.
Here's
We
the
did.
thing, Andrew. You went wrong the first time by not aborting the date once you peed yourself. Okay, now you just have to lay it all out there. She's going to understand.
I was actually trying to own up to it that night, but she didn't answer any of my calls or texts.
Oh, that's
So
right.
whatever you guys can do to help me is great.
Okay, well, let's dial her phone number right now and see if we can get you your second date update. You ready?
Yeah, I won't say anything.
Okay. Well,
thank you.
You will have to say something eventually. But...
You just let me know when I can, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I give you permission. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Caroline, please?
This is Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a moment to talk with us?
Sorry, wait, what?
I'm from a radio show that's called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning, and we're calling you today because we're doing something called a second date update.
Okay.
And now you're on it too.
All right.
Okay?
It's
And-
fun. We just try to have a good time.
Yeah. If you go out on a date with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll get in touch with them for you to figure out the reason why. And so the guy that wants to get in touch with you, his name is Andrew.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Andrew told us a little bit about your date that night when you went to the Italian restaurant. And he thought he had a really good time with you and that you guys connected. But he isn't 100% sure why you're not calling him back. And he'd like to get an answer on that.
Okay, well, at the start, I thought that he seemed like a good guy.
You're talking about at the barbecue where you met?
Yeah, he seemed nice at the barbecue, but now I think that maybe he was a different sort of guy than what my first impression was.
Yeah. Did he do something? It sounds like you think he's a bad dude now. Am I reading that right?
I guess I just had like a gut feeling, and then something later like kind of proved that to be true.
Okay. Can you elaborate?
He tried to do this really weird like sexual thing to me.
Whoa.
When?
Well, he wasn't like present.
Okay.
When I came home, he had given me a bag like with his T-Rex underwear in it.
Oh no. Did you say T-Rex?
Yeah, they had like little T-Rexes on
Oh
them.
my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
That is so embarrassing.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, it was just creepy. Like I don't know what he did with them or like in them. So
Yeah.
they like kind of smelled, and then he like kept trying to call me, which is even creepier.
I mean, Caroline, I understand. I would have been totally freaked out. I would have even been scared if some dude gave me his underwear in a bag. But
yeah, I definitely thought it was sort of suggestive, like, here are your leftovers. Come get some more if you want them.
Oh, that's not at all what
I
he
mean,
meant.
but it makes sense. But it's not what he meant, Caroline.
No, we know for a fact that's not what he
Oh
was
my
trying to
gosh.
say.
How do you know what he meant? I mean, did he tell you guys about it?
Yeah, he told us a little bit about it, but I feel like it would be best coming directly from him.
Yes.
Because he actually is on the other line listening, and he wants to talk to you.
No, wait, he's actually on the other line?
It's
Yeah.
not
No,
weird. We
you-
promise we
You've
would
got
not do this.
you've got to hear him out. I would not let you talk to some creep who's giving you dirty underwear.
None
I
of us
promise.
would. It's actually really funny.
Andrew, you there?
Yeah. Hey, Caroline.
Hi.
I cannot believe that I made you think that about me. This is a huge misunderstanding. That I in no way was trying to do some weird pervy thing. I swear.
Okay, well then what are you saying you were doing?
Okay, so
Oh my God, you're so embarrassed, and I don't blame you. It's so
yeah,
embarrassing.
So you remember on our way to the restaurant when we almost got hit by that truck?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I did some pretty decent maneuvering in the car, and we got out of that situation alive.
Real hero.
Yeah, it was a Fast and the Furious type situation, and you were Vin Diesel.
Yeah, thanks
You're welcome.
for the assist there, but I am not used to being in that kind of situation, and nothing like this has ever happened to me before. But my reaction physically was uncontrollable peeing. So while we were in that situation, I had an accident.
Yeah.
That doesn't explain why you gave me your underwear in a bag.
Yeah, it doesn't still. Isn't that sad?
Yeah, you're going to have to finish that story there, Andrew.
Yeah.
We went to the restaurant. I immediately went to the bathroom. I took those underwear off, and I put them in a doggy bag.
Why didn't you throw them away? Great.
Because they're my lucky underwear. and they're special to me, and I didn't want to lose them.
See?
What adult has lucky underwear?
That's what I said,
No,
Caroline.
excuse
but
me.
listen, all the guys that work on this show have lucky underwear. I didn't believe it either, but they all stand by it.
Are they all like dinosaur themed?
No.
No, mine are checkered.
What?
Plaid, whatever that's called.
Jeffrey, you got skateboards on yours? Were
No,
you
I
working
say
with Ninja Turtles?
they're all white Calvin Kleins, but that's not the point. The point is, Caroline, that you weren't meant to get the underwear. It was an accident. That's what I think Andrew was building up towards.
Yeah. So I put my underwear in the doggy bag. You brought your food home. You were supposed to go home with your food. I was supposed to go home with my lucky drawers.
And you were never supposed to find out.
You weren't. And here we are now. And I just, I'd love another chance.
All right.
We
so
did it. Big weight off our
So
shoulders.
we all good now, Caroline?
You get it.
I don't think I believe you. Like, let's say that you did like exactly what I thought you did, which is this like creepy, suggestive gesture. Don't you think that it would be like kind of a great way like to cover that up by like calling a radio station and making up this absurd story?
Well, the accident, you were in it. You were almost in the accident, right? That really happened.
I mean, I see what you're saying, Carolyn, and I know that we're all jaded out there, but why would he call in and just humiliate himself on the radio? Like that's an embarrassing story.
No, it's less humiliating than being a creeper.
He wet himself and he wears T-Rex underwear. Like if he wanted to pull a sexy move, I'm hoping that wouldn't be his underwear of choice.
The whole thing is, we're getting off point here, Caroline. He did not mean for you to get that underwear. That was a total accident. He even sent you a text message telling you not to open it.
And called you.
And you disobeyed him anyway. Now, with that being said, would you like to go on a second date? We'll pay for it.
Look, Caroline, you remember me opening the windows after the accident? It was really cold outside, but I had the windows open. You remember that?
That's true.
And what if he agrees to not wear any underwear on the next date, so that way you couldn't get a weird gift from him?
I will do whatever Caroline says, but yes, I can go commando.
Okay. All right, Caroline, come on.
In case.
Okay, I will go. But I swear to God, if I get home and any of your articles of clothing have made it into my car, that's that. Don't try calling a radio show to get another date again.
It's fair.
That is a deal.
Okay.
And I want you to know that I think you're a very special person.
Aww.
So you are worth all of this. So let's try to start fresh, and maybe we'll just have a funny story to tell down the line.
All right. Well, successful second date update. Yay! Congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you, Caroline.
Prove me wrong, right?
Definitely. And Andrew, what you just said before was definitely not creepy at all.
But what part?
Exactly.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today feels like he wasn't on his A game when he went on the date with the girl we're about to call. Her name's Abby, right, Scott?
Yep, Abby, yes.
How you doing? Thanks for emailing the show.
For sure. I really appreciate you guys hearing me out on this. Thank you.
I read your email. I like how you initially got her number and got your dinner date. Why don't you tell everybody how you did that? That's pretty smooth.
I appreciate that. So, I'm a busy guy, so sometimes I only have a little bit of time for lunch, so I ran down to one of the lunch trucks, and I noticed a cute girl behind me on the line. And I was trying to figure out when the line was moving forward, like, oh, man, what can I say to this girl? Like, how can I initiate this conversation? So I turned around to her, and I blatantly lied to her. Actually, I said, hey, I've never been to this lunch truck before. Do you have any recommendations?
That's a good idea. Now,
that's A-game material right there.
But when you do that, you got to make sure you've never been there before, or they're not going to recognize you. So you're like, oh, dude, I've never been here. What's good? And then you walk up to the front. They're like, hey, Scott, how you been?
You're regular for you?
Yeah. Just get you the usual.
I'm assuming that didn't happen, right, Scott?
It didn't, fortunately. It didn't.
Yeah.
So basically, we started talking. I made her laugh a couple times. She made me laugh. I was like, oh, this girl's pretty cool. So, I get my sandwich, and we go over to the side, and I wait for her to get hers. And then as she's walking over, I say, hey, Abby, I really appreciate the lunch recommendation. Since you gave me a recommendation, I actually wanted to give you a dinner recommendation.
Oh, I see. Look at that segue.
See, that's what I was talking about. That's the part that I like.
That is smooth.
You gave me a lunch recommendation. I'm going to give you a recommendation. You come hang out with Scotty Boy for dinner.
5 stars on Yelp.
So she liked it, obviously.
She did, yeah. She shook her head, but
yeah,
she thought it was cute. So,
then where did you guys go to dinner?
We just went to a spot downtown. It's this little sushi spot that I know about, and it was awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt off.
Now, well, that's what your email said, that you weren't on your A game. What does that mean? What is your A game?
I hadn't worked out that day, and so I felt a little bit off physically, like I wasn't in it, like I wasn't showcasing the full me.
Do you mean like you were tired and just kind of off mentally because you hadn't worked out, or are you talking about like your biceps weren't bulging from the pump from the gym before?
I mean, probably a little column A, a little column B, One leads to the other.
Did she notice that anything was off?
I don't think so. It's not like it was like leaving the conversation to go cry for a minute and come back.
But I mean,
Sounds like it.
She's also not calling you back, so she might have noticed.
No, I mean, I pride myself kind of on being a witty guy, and I just didn't feel like I was on it. I mean, I just didn't feel like I was sharp that night.
How much did you bring up your workout regimen and your muscles? Because in our conversations, it's come up a lot.
Well, I mean, I feel like it directly affects a lot of parts about me, I mean, I probably brought it up a little bit. It's a part of my life. It's something that I pride myself on. So,
anything that was notably awkward, or anything that you said where you noticed a weird reaction from her? Or...
I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. It was funny because we go for a walk, we look at the stars, and it'd be that moment where you'd like look at each other. And I was like, normally I'd go in and like try to get that kiss, but like it's just so I just felt like deflated. It was really weird. So I'm sure there were some times where she was kind of like, oh, what's going on with this guy?
Was it that tension? Like, it's like, okay, now's your opportunity to kiss her, but you kept passing on that?
Totally, yeah. I didn't understand it.
That's the worst.
That is.
Do you think that you guys just don't have chemistry, maybe? I mean, are you trying to make something that's not there?
I'm thinking about her. The fact that I wrote this, I wrote to you guys because, I like her. I mean, I wouldn't write to you guys for anybody. So I think it was just me. I was off. Like I said, I just got to make sure I get my workout in. So I'm really feeling on point.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
Sent her a couple of text messages, and she responds to them, but like it takes a long time to respond.
Okay.
Normally if you're excited about something, you respond quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just text. I didn't try to call her or anything like that. I didn't want to weird her out.
Have you actually asked her out again, or are you just trying to make conversation and you notice that she's being a little slow?
Yeah, I would say more the latter. Because I mean, I haven't gotten that like green light that she's like enjoying talking to me or anything.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're gonna play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update. Okay.
All right. That's fine. Thanks again, guys.
All right, man. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Scott, I want to let you know during that song, I was able to slam a protein shake, so I'm on my A game. This second part of your second date update is going to go great. I can feel it.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, no problem, bro. If anybody's tuning in right now, Scott is on the phone with us. He went out with a girl named Abby. Feels like he wasn't on his A game during the date because he didn't work out earlier in the day. And there's nothing really glaring that happened during your date that you can think of, Scott. You just felt kind of awkward about the whole thing?
Yeah, just a little awkward. Yeah, just a little off. I don't know what's going on with me.
I will say, I think it takes a big man to admit that he wasn't on his A game. Like, most people call in, they were like, I did everything perfect. I don't know what went wrong.
But Scott hasn't even directly asked Abby out yet. You just aren't getting the right vibe.
Yeah, exactly. You guys know how that feeling is.
All right.
I do.
Well,
We're gonna
there it is.
We're gonna give her a call right now, Scott. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go, man.
Hello,
Hi, is Abby there?
this is her.
Abby, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm sorry.
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on the radio station Moving 92.5.
Okay.
Abby, I'm calling you because you recently went out with a friend of the show. His name is Scott.
Okay.
And Scott really liked you and enjoyed your date, but he's kind of getting a really weird vibe from you that you don't want to see him again.
He's getting a weird vibe from me.
Yeah. Should it be the other way around?
I mean, I don't want to, throw anybody under the bus or anything, but I don't
think I'm the one that's being weird.
You think that Scott is weird?
Honestly, I don't know him, so I can't say that. But
Abby, I talked to Scott about the night you went out because I was asking him about your date, and he says he feels like he wasn't on his A game. Did he seem kind of off to you?
I mean, that's what he said to me that night. So
He told you that he wasn't on his A game?
Oh no.
yeah.
Okay, that's kind of a weird thing to say.
Well, at least he was being honest. But how do you go from like being off to being weird? Those are two totally different things.
You know, there's this one moment that I went into the bathroom, and I was gone for a couple minutes, and I came back, and he wasn't facing the bathroom, so his back was towards me, and I was getting closer to the table, and I saw that he was kind of like moving his head up and down, and I kind of thought that was weird, and I went up to him, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I missed my workout, so I'm just getting in some butt clenches.
What? Some butt clenches at the table?
Oh, Abby, are you sure he wasn't joking?
He had to
That's
have-
so ridiculous.
He had to have been joking with you, Abby.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I thought that he was joking, so I laughed.
So he's basically working out while you're at dinner.
Right.
Okay, that's weird. That is weird, Abby.
I mean, he's got a pretty solid body. I got to say that. He's a very attractive guy. And obviously that was one of the things that he kept wanting to talk to me about. And I eat healthy. I try to go for walks, or I'll go for hikes with my girlfriends and stuff. And there was one point where he asked me, he was like, oh, what gym do you go to? And I told him I didn't go to a gym. And he started asking more questions, like, why? What's so bad about working out? And I was like, it's just not my thing. I've never been into going to the gym. And he literally goes, look, sweat dries, blood clots, bones heal, suck it up, princess.
What?
Say that again. What did he say?
Sweat dries, blood clots, bones heal, suck it up, princess.
Oh my gosh.
So he's basically like, get in the gym.
Did you
Quit being a crybaby.
That's awful. And so condescending.
What would you say to Scott if you could talk to him right now?
I would say don't be a douchebag.
Simple. That's to the point.
Okay?
I
Hey,
like that.
Scott,
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
did you hear that?
Oh gosh.
Abby, I should probably let you know that Scott's on the phone and just heard what you said.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything.
Oh, that sounded like a wounded little puppy.
Say hi to Scott, Abby.
Hey.
So that's how you feel about me, huh? That I'm a douche. That's it?
Oh my God, this is so awkward. I didn't say douche. I don't think I called you a douche.
Yeah, you did.
Well, let me clarify. You didn't call me a douchebag. You just called me a douche.
Yeah, there was no bag in it.
Yeah, douchebag lights.
Scott.
You were working out at the table.
Yeah. Were you actually doing that, Scott? That's kind of weird, man.
I was. I wasn't even thinking about when she went to the bathroom and I was doing those. To get a couple butt clench reps in.
Those are real.
She came and tapped me and told me, like, hey, what are you doing? And I immediately was like, oh, shoot. It's kind of like blew my cover, so I just told her what was going on. Any other reason for me to be clenching my butt over and over again was probably worse.
Yeah, that's true. But, the workout thing's forgivable. What about princess?
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody should work out. It's not just a you thing. It's like an everybody thing. Like everybody needs to, feel that exhilaration. You know what I mean? Like it just really kind of sets you off every day. So, I want that for you. And when I hear that you don't want that for yourself, I'm thinking, here's a girl who wants to be like pampered and like, all right, what am I, feed you grapes? Like,
you didn't pamper me though. You wouldn't even let me order anything that I wanted to order.
Wait, he was stopping you from ordering food?
Yes.
What?
I tried to get the spicy tuna roll thingy, and you were like, oh, it's fried. You shouldn't eat fried food, so straight to your waist.
Oh,
Dude,
right.
Scott.
it was just a suggestion. I didn't tell you had to do it. I'm not going to walk your hand through life.
It wasn't a suggestion. You specifically said, I'm not going to pay for this and contribute to obesity in America.
Scott.
Abby! How are you
If you're
still
going-
at the table?
You know what? No, I don't even appreciate this. She's blowing this up. She's getting all smoke because she's on the radio and people are laughing at her right now. There's no way I was this bad.
Abby, would you like to go out with Scott again? We will pay for a second date. We'll make sure it's on his cheat day where you can order whatever you want, and we'll tell him to make sure he goes to the gym beforehand so he's not doing exercises at the table.
I just can't in my right mind say yes to another date with him.
Thank God.
Oh, man.
He was awful.
I'm just not into that type of person, you know? I'm not into that lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, that healthy lifestyle? Yeah, well, have fun living till you're 52.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
When I met you in the summer,